Hi, we are Maria Andrea Bendaño, Natalia Cruz, and Daniela Perez, and we are going to show you our market research final project.
First, it's important to start talking about our general objectives, and it was principally to recollect, analyze, and learn about the Colombian indoor furniture industry in order to recommend JUSC managers if it is viable or not for them to enter into the Colombian market.
Our specific ones was first of all to determine if it is financially viable for JUSC to come to Colombia, to comprehend the indoor furniture industry in Denmark and in Colombia, in order to understand which market strategy we should use, to conclude if JUSC can be a company and a brand accepted by the Colombians, find out which will be the potential customers of JUSC in the Colombian market, discover the trends of the Colombian industry in indoor furniture, and in that way we could know the range of products they can bring to Colombia, and to determine the exact benefits of JUSC in the Colombian market.
Okay, so the first thing we found on the consumer overview was that the Colombian home expenditure has increased since 2013 to 2016. So this means Colombians are willing to pay more for decorations and furniture, which is something positive for JUSC. Also, we found that people who spend the most are millennials, the Generation X and baby boomers, since they have increased their expenses on furniture in Colombia, while the seniors that are the ones who have 70 years or more decrease their expenses. So therefore, youth have to focus on those three generations that are expending the most.
Well, now it's important to talk about the trends here in Colombia and globally. Principally in the world, we can find that the principal trend in the furniture in there are warm colors, natural stone, curved-shaped furniture, wicker, coldest lamp, portable lighting, red accents, and Asian-inspired design. Then here in Colombia, we find that the principal trends are metallic, marble and copper elements, light furniture, gold objects, African furniture, mirrors on the walls, and abstract art.
Okay, we here make some characteristics of the main companies that JUSC will have in Colombia that are Muebles Hamar, Tugo, and RTA Muebles. So Muebles Hamar, they have something very good for their clients that have a credit financing plan for clients. They also have products reflect coziness, modernity, and comfort. That is what Colombians likes the most in their furniture. The social media is the way they like to get to their customers. Their stores are located to be close to their target. And finally, they have quality furniture at a low price. To Go is one that is accessible products of contemporary design. It has a high doses of innovation, hands out flyers inside newspapers, social media, magazines, and TV commercials to get to their customers. They have different types of customers because they have a huge range of products. And finally, it is not the most luxurious brand, but it's not the cheaper one that we can find here. And RTA Muebles, it offers competitive prices, excellent quality, and innovative design. They are committed to environmental safety and high technology use, makes their marketing online through their web page, offers luxurious and modern looking products due to their modular furniture, and regarding their pricing, it's accessible for many customers in Colombia.
Okay, what we did then was comparing the indoor furniture industry in Denmark and in Colombia, and we saw that the indoor furniture industry in Denmark is bigger than in Colombia. As you can see, it has more sales, import and exports, but we found something that is interesting for us, and the Denmark indoor furniture exports to Colombia is just the 0.12 of the total exports of furniture they do. So that's a little and smaller percentage, and we think that companies like JUSC should focus on expanding the exports to Colombia.
Well, now to talk about the quality analysis, we made a focus group And the principal objectives of this focus group were like knowing and identifying the necessities and desires of the potential clients of JUSC here in Colombia, and identifying what's the most important thing for Colombians when buying furniture, collecting information about the customer preferences of the Colombian furniture, how much are Colombians willing to pay for the indoor furniture, the main problems people face when buying furniture, and where the Colombians gather information about the furniture, knowledge about JUSC, and the market segment that JUSC will enter here in Colombia.
So first of all, we start asking them how important was for them the interior design of their homes, and we as a result have like 50%. For them was like a 9 level of importance, and the other 50, the 10. So here we can conclude that for them it's very important how their house looks inside.
Then we asked them what do they do in order to have like their home a place like, in order to be their home a place to be like good to be in. And they told us that they need combinations, good combinations, personalized items, because sometimes they can't find what they really want. They also need like open spaces and organized spaces and functional furniture. So therefore, you need like to provide these types of furniture because it's what Colombians are looking for.
Then we asked them about what was the most important thing for them when buying furniture regarding to price, quality, design, location. And most of the people answered that the most important thing for them was the quality of the product. And that means that Colombians do really care about the quality of the products. And also we asked them about the knowledge of brands such as Muebles Amar, Muebles and Muebles to Go, and they had a very poor knowledge about these brands, so this can be an opportunity for just entering the Colombian market, because not all the people know where to buy furniture pieces here in Colombia.
Another question was how often did they buy furniture and how much they were willing to pay for it. And as a result, we have like, they don't have a certain range of time to buy furniture. They always buy when they need it. And in terms of price, they think that it depends on the quality and the product they are buying. So they didn't say us like an exact number of, an exact price they are willing to pay, but we did like an average, and it was in between 1 million and 3 million pesos, depending on the product.
Also, when we asked them where did they get like the information about furniture, they told us that in social media, in newspapers and magazines, text message like from the furniture store, internet and mass media.
Then we asked them about if they knew about JUSC company, and 100% of the people in the focus group told us that they didn't know about JUSC. So here JUSC is going to face a big challenge for entering the Colombian market because it is an unknown brand. In spite of that, Colombians love foreign companies, so when JUSC enters the Colombian market, Colombians might be interested knowing this company.
Okay, the expert interview. This interview was made with our Danish fellows, and the interview was with Pablo Sardi, that is the general manager of Bug Concept in Colombia. So first of all, he began telling them that Bug Concept was a Danish store here in Colombia that has a lot of success. Their store market share is about 45% of the indoor industry, that it's a lot, and 60% of the games are here in Bogota. The consumer target of them are like families with high incomes. The marketing strategy that they use is social media, magazines, newspapers. And he said that for them was very important the volume when they import, because when they import a lot of products, they have a low cost, so it's better for them when they have a gain. And finally, they had a strategic stores location that the Bug Concept stores are very close to their target, so it's easier for them to find the store.
Okay, then we did the survey, and the results we found was that in first place, we asked them like what average of income did they earn, and they told us that the 30% of the people earn from 5 million or more, while the other big percentage of people, that are the 26%, earn from 3 million to 5 million, and then you can see the other smaller percentage in the graph.
And then we asked them about what was the most important thing for them when buying furniture, such as personalized furniture, ideal designs, functional furniture, open spaces, or organized spaces, and 26.23% of the sample answered that the most important thing for them were the personalized furniture, and then with the 25.41% the ideal designs.
Then we asked them where they used to buy their furniture, and they tell us that, well, the 54.31% respond that they did it in big retail stores of furniture, just like IKEA. So we concluded that this is something like good for JUSC because it has like a similar structure of IKEA. So maybe Colombians would like a lot if JUSC comes to Colombia.
About when buying furniture, they told us that they care about more the relationship between price and quantity. So Colombians, when they are buying indoor furniture, they care about that if they are paying like a higher price, they need to have a good quality. They do not care a lot about the price. That's something that like impact us because they care about more quality than the price. Also, another thing that's important is the attractive, like the design. The attractive design for people is so important. So we found that these two characteristics are like the most important ones, and are two characteristics that the products of JUSC have, because the products of JUSC can be a little bit like higher the price, but they have like a really good quality, and also they have really good designs because just like as the BO concept CEO told us, the Scandinavian like design and the Danish design is so attractive for people. Also, there are other important issues, but they are the most important, those two.
Well, now it's important to talk about the furniture industry, and here we asked them about if they knew or not about Muebles Hamar, Muebles to Go, and RTA Muebles, and the 49.11% of them said that they knew they were just stores about furniture, and the other 33.04% said that they didn't know about these stores.
Okay, and the last thing we did was that we showed them 3 types of furniture that JUSC offers, and we have a very good results because most of the people in the survey answered they have a good perception about this furniture, so this is a very good sign for them in the Colombian market.
Okay, so to conclude, we accomplished our main objective, that was recollecting information about the indoor furniture industry in Colombia in order to determine if JUSC needs to enter to the country, and we can say JUSC needs to enter to Colombia and open their operations, because we found like a business panorama that's attractive for JUSC. First of all, we saw that Denmark exports are just like a small percentage from Colombia, so JUSC is having a good opportunity of expanding these exports and having like a larger base of clients. Also, we saw that BO Concept, that's also a Danish company that established it here, like in Colombia, had a really good acceptance by people and have more than 44% of the market share. So we believe JUSC have similar qualities as BO Concept, so maybe people will accept JUSC easily. Also, we saw people like JUSC products. Just as Daniela said, most of them think that the JUSC products can be a 4 out of 5. So people who like JUSC products. Other thing we found that's interesting is that the main competitors of JUSC do not have like a high perception in the market. People do not know those brands, or they don't associate them with good like a strong preferences or good prices or good quality. So it's gonna be easier for JUSC to enter to the market because they don't have like a strong preference of a market that's like good established. Also, we found that people in Colombia tend to buy in retail stores in Colombia. So therefore, they would like to buy in JUSC because it has like a similar concept of quality, good prices, and designs. And finally, we can also say that we found the like target market which JUSC needs to sell to, and they are male and women from 55 years that live in apartments and have an income from 5 million pesos that are like an average of
1,496.19 euros.
So therefore, those are baby boomers that are the ones who spend the most. So we think that's like really viable for JUSC to enter to the market.
Well, after this analysis, we can recommend some things to JUSC. The first of them is that they should build their stores in the way to recreate home spaces. Also, that their products of high quality at a medium or high prices. Then they should have educated designers, and they should follow the trends that are moving in the world because Colombians really like to be trending. Also, they need to have a balance between comfort and attractiveness, and they need to have a very good service in their delivery of their products. And finally, they need to import a high volume of products because it reduces the cost. And finally, they need to get to know the people via voice to voice about JUSC because that's the principal way of Colombians getting information about outstanding brands in Colombia.
And some of the limitations that we had making this work was first the information. We have a very lack of information about JUSC and Denmark furniture industry. Second was the operation of JUSC, and this delimited us because we didn't have like a good way to compare how they operate and how stores here in Colombia operate. The third was financial. We have a very poor financial analysis, and this was very difficult for us to make an average of the cost they would have here in Colombia and if it's viable for them. And finally, the prices. We didn't find the prices of JUSC in Denmark, so this was very hard for us because we didn't know if Colombians were willing to pay for those products. And thank you very much.